What a lovely looking game. Help mom in the living room. Pick up some flowers for mom. Sure, why not? Find dad's toolbox. It gets better later on, right? We went through a magical mirror and are now in a colorful and vibrant place. The game should get better here. It did not get better. In fact, the entire game is just that. The majority of your playtime in this game, if you, God forbid, choose to play it, is just going to be spent looking for stuff. I'm not joking, please don't play this game. To start off, we are getting introduced to the main antagonist of the story now, the Queen. I'm guessing she did not like me very much. Alright, well let's see how the combat is. Yeah, I think you guys got it. The entire combat system is based around your spamming your M1 key as fast as possible and throwing out a few skills that give you iframes once in a while. Every single non-boss enemy in this game is beaten by spamming M1. They get infinitely stunned and no dodging or blocking are necessary. Oh yeah, you can block, but you'll only ever use it twice in the game since dodging is a much better option, and you can get block broken by any attack you'd actually want to block. Here we have our first boss fight. We talk to this guy, tell him we don't like the color green, and they teleport us to another area and the fight begins. After the boss fight, I unlock a new area and get an item called the Weeping Fungi Head. This item is used to make the blessing spell, which isn't actually usable but is needed to get to the boss fight for some reason. After we give the item to the witch, she tells us we need to go to the Deer Lake. This is the new area we unlocked from killing the Weeping Fungi. After we get there, we talk to Idris the Almighty. He tells us we need to go help 4 other deer. Each deer gives a quest. 2 of them are kill quests and the other 2 are killing plants. I forgot to record the boss fight, and no, I'm not going to go back and record it. It's just basically a standard wolf boss fight. Basically all they do is they'll rush at you and then they get stunned after hitting a wall. You just hit them a few times back up and they do it again until they're dead. I don't have any complaints about that boss fight, but it's nothing special. After spending what feels like an hour searching for various things that are needed, I need to go find a new area. Now my complaint with this is that if you're someone who doesn't like talking to every NPC, you'll be stuck trying to figure out what to do and not knowing you need to pick up another quest that is from the beginning area. It doesn't hint at or tell you that's what you need to do. This is probably just to increase playtime at the expense of players. Now the fast travel system in this game is mirrors. You interact with a mirror and you get to teleport to another mirror you unlocked. Pretty standard stuff. I like this. I don't like the long animation every time you use it. After a bit, I find out I need to go to Opera House. The only reason I know this is because I looked at my quest menu and was lucky enough to have accepted the quest at the beginning of the game. You get there by giving the bunny on the piano a music sheet. They will then give you a pair of opera binoculars. You use this on the mask mural and it will teleport you into the Opera House. The first place I check is the room in the bottom right. This leads me to some Scoot Bunnies. I talk to them and get some quests. I need to get into the workshop. I search around and eventually talk to the bunny bouncer. They tell me I need to find a mask. I find a mask shard pretty quickly and find out I need 3 others. I find them and I have to go talk to the other bunny that fixes it for me. The bouncer then lets me into the workshop. This is a stealth quest where the objective is to find a bunch of clothing piles that I then need to place in the Scoot Bunny's workstation so Tweedledee and Tweedledum don't get angry at them. After going to the next area, there's another boss fight. It's a pretty fun boss fight and in my opinion the funnest part of the game. After the boss fight, you will find an elevator that is missing a handle, so you must go and find it. You will also get a painting that is used in the starting area and teleports you into a new zone. This area has fungi and molding sweets decorated in it. I quickly find a slug monster that is blocking my path. It gets mad at me for disturbing it and starts a new boss fight. After the fight, I continue down a path and find a serpent in slumber. I have to find 5 to 12 jolts to wake him up. He tells me he is troubled because his dreams are being invaded by Torloran the Hydra. This is the most cinematic boss fight in the game and I enjoyed the visuals. I am awarded with a relic. You need 3 relics to be able to enter the Queen's Castle. The next area is some ruins. Helios the Golden is laying on some rubble and Cockroaches is in the middle laying on a nest. In the back area there's a dragon that you don't get to actually see or fight. You will need to find 4 runes that are hidden in the area to do the temple puzzle. After a bit I find a statue that tells me a riddle I need to solve in order to find out what the correct combination is. Inside you find a heart that you need to give to the crane. I still need the egg. How do I get this, you might ask? I need to kill the crab. This isn't started by talking to him, no. You need to actually hit him to start the fight. This is the one and only time you will ever do this and the game does not tell you need to do this. You have to figure it out and it's so infuriating that the game does this kind of thing so often. After you get the egg you need to give it to the sleeping goddess. The game does not tell you where the sleeping goddess is and you have to find her for yourself. Apparently she's the statue that you can't even see unless you go to the starting area again and move to the very back. After you talk to her you need to give the item to the dragon. He will then give you a third trial which is just a couple weak enemies attacking you. After you kill them you need to go into the cave. Inside the cave there's another boss fight, this time it's Shanhei the sorceress. This fight is not fun and it's just annoying. After the boss fight, I get to go into the garden. In the garden, there's an elevator lever. I go back to the opera house and fix the elevator so I can go into the clock tower. Inside the clock tower, there are 3 floors. Each one has a boss. They're all basically reskins of each other. After the last boss fight, there's a door that I can go into and get my second relic. After picking up the relic, I get teleported into the starting area and find out the queen has decided to kidnap all of my friends and hold them hostage inside the castle in order to keep me away from it. Not a very well thought out plan by her. After telling me her plan and where not to go, hint hint, she leaves without doing anything to me to further prevent me from pursuing her. To get the third relic, I now have to go back to the garden and enter a greenhouse. At the entrance to the greenhouse, I need to solve a puzzle. I couldn't be bothered with the puzzle since I was already fed up with this game at this point and looked up a tutorial online. I noticed that there was gas coming from the greenhouse before I went in, and remembered that there was an anti-poison ring at the shop near the starting area. Yet another thing that could leave someone lost and confused on what to do. At the shop I noticed that the small potion has the best value when considering healing for money. The small potion heals for 300 HP while costing 50 coins. The medium costs 4 times more while healing 2.8 times more, and the large potion costs 9 times more while healing 6.6 times more. It's usually the other way around. Once inside the greenhouse, I need to make a bomb to kill the plant blocking the door. I do that and I'm met with a scientist. The scientist asks me to help with an experiment. While helping him, the experiment goes wrong and I need to fight the plant he was experimenting on. Once finished, I get the last relic I need to go into the castle. This is the final part of the game and they did nothing special with it. This is to be expected. The castle starts off in the courtyard. Here I need to do the stealth mission and hit 4 buttons. Once I do that, suddenly getting caught doesn't matter anymore, and now I have to kill a large guard. After killing the guards, I can now go inside. Once inside, there are 2 corridors off to the side and a staircase up. To open the door, all you need to do is press one of the buttons on the side of the corridors and enter them. Once you do this, you'll be met with more of the same guards. After doing this 4 times, you can get all the cards you need and can now open the door to the Queen's throne. The Queen has 2 phases, and the first being the same form we have seen throughout the game. And the second being a worm-like creature. I quite like her second phase design, and the fight itself wasn't super difficult or engaging, especially considering she couldn't hit you with one of her moves while you're just sitting there hitting her. The game ends off with a tea party and the main character is being taken back to her house by Fine on Alina the Crane. That's it. That's the game. This is a $25 game directed towards children with 6 hours worth of content. Most of the time you'll just be searching for stuff in various collect 5 things that are littered in this area quest and trying to figure out what to do. This is akin to a simulator game on Roblox but with slightly better graphics and forcing you to pay a ridiculous amount of money up front, unless you have Game Pass. The only reason I even know this game exists or played it was because it was on Game Pass, and even then I want a refund for the time I spent playing on this stale and unloved game. The only good thing about this game is the graphics. Not even all of the graphics are good, just the scenery. Not even the character models besides a select few. I would hope no one will buy this game, but I know for a fact there will be some gullible people, or people who don't care where their money goes, that will still buy this game and not refund it in time. That will be it for today. I would like to personally thank you guys for watching and making it to the end of the video. My content may not be as good as other creators right now, but I'm constantly pushing myself to make better videos and one-up myself every time. If you don't mind, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.